Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube lecture on HDL programming using Verilog. Yesterday, in previous sessions, we covered timing control, delay-based timing control. Now we'll focus on event-based timing control and level-sensitive timing control. So in previous session, we could understand regular delay control, intra-assignment delay control, and zero delay control. Now, event-based timing control is again divided into three classes: regular event control, named event control, and event or control. So an event is the change in the value of on a register or a net. Events can be utilized to trigger execution of a statement or a block of the statement. And the most important thing is the at symbol, at the rate symbol is used to specify an event control. And the three types that we just now understood is regular event control, named event control, and event or control. We shall first study about regular event control. The at the rate symbol is used to specify an event control. Statement can be executed on changes in the signal value or at positive or negative transition of the signal value. In digital circuit, most of the things are dependent on clock. Most of circuits are dependent on clock. That too, its edge sensitive circuits are more prevalent. So in order to carry out it, regular event control will help us while writing the Verilog code for it. The keyword pause edge is used for positive transition, and similarly the keyword neg edge is used for negative transition. Here are some examples. At clock q is equal to d means q is equal to d is executed whenever the clock changes its value, or else event occurs on clock. Whenever event occur on clock, q will be assigned with d. Here, whenever positive edge is encountered, q will be assigned with d. Whenever negative edge of clock is encountered, q will be assigned with d. And here the meaning is, again, q will be assigned with, the meaning of this is d is evaluated immediately, but it will be assigned to q only after encountering positive edge on the clock. It's as good as intra assignment control and this as a regular control. That's a difference that we have observed in the previous session. Next comes the named event control. So Verilog provides the capability to declare an event and then trigger and recognize the occurrence of the event. This is somewhat additional feature, and without this also we can do our work. Let us see as it comes in the flow. The event does not hold any data. The named event is declared by the keyword event. Event is a keyword. The event is triggered by the symbol hyphen greater than symbol. So these two things you need to remember in this topic. The triggering of an event is again recognized by the symbol at the rate. Whenever you want to trigger an event, you should use the at the rate symbol. There's a small piece of code explains its importance. Event is a keyword. Received underscore data is a variable declared using this event. Always at pause edge. Whenever pause edge is encountered in the clock, the statement gets executed. I'm using if statement, conditional statement. If last underscore data underscore packet is 1, this event is triggered. And that is mentioned by specifying the triggering symbol, that is hyphen greater than. So once it triggers, it will go to the next block. In the next block, whenever event occurs, this is called sensitivity list. Always at into bracket whatever you write, it is like sensitivity list. Once there is something change, some changes happens, it will be sensed and the beneath statements gets executed. Let me make it clear. Without the statements also we can work. Xilinx evaluation version does not support it. Hence I cannot show the simulation of these things. But without this also I can do almost all the work. So let me go to the next one. Event-based event or control. So here a transition on any one of the multiple signals or events can trigger the execution of the statement or a block of statement. And this is expressed as an or of the events. For example, if you have 2 or 3 variables And if you want to keep check on those, if an event if an event occurs on any one of the variables, still that should be sensed. In that case, we use or event or control. The list of the events or signals expressed as an or is also known as sensitivity list. The keyword or is used to specify multiple triggers. Here is an example. Always at reset or clock or D. The meaning is if any event occur on reset, they should be executed. Or if any event or occur on clock, they should be executed. Or if any event occurring on D, this should be executed. Any change in any one of these, the always statement should execute. That's the meaning of event or control. Let me just take an example of it. I have just written a piece of code to explain it. So I'll go to the xilinx environment. So already the code is there. I just keep this code also because it is also needed. I write it here. So don't read it as D flip-flop, rather read it as D latch, because D flip-flops are edge sensitive normally. This is a level sensitive one. So what I'm doing here is inputs are D, clock and reset, outputs are Q. Whenever you're using outputs inside the always statement, you should compulsorily declare the outputs with registers also. I repeat, whenever you're using output variable inside always statements, compulsorily you need to declare such types of outputs as registers. Okay, so always at reset or clock or D, as explained in the slides. If reset, Q should be allotted with 0. Else if I'm checking the clock, if clock is 1, Q should be allotted with D. So this is a level sensitive trigger. So I'll just execute it. I just synthesize it first. Save it. So hope you should know, or hope you know about the difference between level sensitive and edge sensitive. If not, I just spend 1 or 2 minutes to explain you that. So in real time circuits, what is used, whether it is level sensitive or edge sensitive. So that will focus on for 1 or 2 minutes for your understanding. Simulation. I just simulated. I have not written any test bench for this. Before I start any simulation, I'll close the previously opened Isim simulator. So I just simulated. This is one more way of using the simulator without writing stimulus block. This stimulus is for other purpose. I just retained it as it is. Just restart it. Now I give the value of D. D value I'll force it as 1. D value I'll force it as 1. Okay. Clock, right click, force clock, leading edge 0, trailing edge 1. Period you can choose, it's of your wish. 10 nanoseconds. 10 nanoseconds would be fine. Okay. Reset, initially I keep it as 1 because when reset is 1, your output will be 0. Reset is 1. So now I execute. Before executing, I'll just make some changes. 10 nanosecond is my clock's duty cycle. Let me take it as 40 nanoseconds. This means at this much interval I want to execute. Runs for specified time till 40 nanoseconds it will execute. So I zoom to fit and I just so 4 clock cycle at a time. So D is equal to 1. Q is still 0 because reset is 1. I change it to force constant. I change it to 0. Now you can see that. So Q is becoming 1 in the next clock equal to 1. So Q has reset has changed here, but when it encounters clock equal to 1, Q will be having logic 1. So this is a simulation for level sensitive trigger. Let me just also show you edge sensitive, how it will be. So in edge sensitive, we call it as flip-flop rather than latch. Everything is same. Only thing is always at the rate pause edge of clock. At pause edge of clock only I'll be testing the reset. So here when reset is 1, Q is 0. else Q is equal to D. These things will be checked only at the pause edge of the clock. That is the difference. Rest everything is same. Okay. So with this, I will just go back to the next topic, that is level sensitive timing control. Before that, I said you that I'll just spend 1 or 2 minutes for explaining you level triggered and edge triggered. So level sensitive and edge sensitive. So in real time circuits, level sensitive latches or flip-flops are rarely used, whereas edge sensitive are most prevalently used in real-time circuit. Most prevalent. Okay. So what's the difference between this is, think that if there is a clock like this, here also I'm having clock. So here the sensitiveness is only in this place is sensitive, this is sensitive, and this is sensitive. Whereas here it is, if I make it positive edge sensitive, only at this place it will be sensitive. And the meaning is, let me take an example of D flip-flop itself. If D is equal to something, okay, some value here, Q will be updated only at these regions. These regions Q will be updated. These regions Q will be updated. These regions Q will be updated. What if my D value changes from 0 to 1 here, and it will fall back to again 0 within this pulse? In this case, Q also behaves in this manner. Whereas here, if I assume the same case, what happens here? So edge sensitive circuits are sensitive only for the edges. At here it will check D is 0, so it will be 0 itself, and again it will check here, so it is again 0, it will be continued. So this results in race conditions, as we discussed in JK flip-flop. Same thing, and that's why we migrate to master slave JK, wherein it is edge triggered. So remember one thing, edge triggered circuits are used in real-time circuits. Level sensitive circuits are of very rare use in real-time circuits. We'll come back. So we'll go for the next slide. That is event or is done. Level sensitive timing control. This is the last kind of the delay, event control, timing controls. So verilog also allows level sensitive timing control. Level sensitive control is the ability to wait for a certain condition to be true before a statement or a block statement is executed. The keyword used is wait. Always, it's a single statement, wait, count underscore enable, #20 count is incremented. Means count is equal to count plus 1. This will be executed only after 20 time minutes, but on one condition, that is count underscore enable should be 1. So it will be waiting for count underscore enable to be 1. Only after that, count gets incremented after every 20 time minutes. So this is called level sensitive timing control. So it depends, because it is it is sensitive to the level of the count underscore enable. Again, even this, without this, we can work with the already discussed statements. So it does not not much of important, because the same thing I can replicate using if else statement, which we'll be studying in the very next session. Thank you.